Good evening, good evening, good evening, family. Welcome to another edition of Thorough Black Talk Radio with your sister Keisha. Your brother Tad and your brother Ashe SJ will be joining us shortly. Thank you for joining us right here tonight on the Brooklyn Bridge, where we go in every week, every Thursday, 8 to 10 p.m. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody that it goes down here on Thorough Black Talk. Family, I hope y'all ready for tonight. We got a lot to unpack, a lot to talk about tonight. A lot has been going on in the news. So we're going to deal with those current events. You got the trial of Derek Chauvin taking place now. Derek Chauvin, along with 3 other officers, are accused in the murder or the death, I should say, of George Floyd. You have these Asian protests that are continuing throughout the country. And with those Asian protests, family, we're going to peel back the layers of cultural misappropriation, if you will, of Black culture. They got a whole movement going on. I don't know if you all have heard of the AWA movement, but we're going to get into that as well. We're going to break that down. You had several mass shootings that took place in a week's time. I think like 7 shootings in a week. What have we been telling you on Thorough Black Talk Radio? It's about to kick all the way off. It's going to be a hot ass summer. I'm telling y'all right now. And also, now you see in the news, a lot of these municipalities throughout the country are offering some sort of reparation, if you will, to African Americans, or considering such, which to me is disrespectful. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about what tangibles are and what tangibles we can actually have right here, right now, while things are being worked out. I see my brother Tad trying to work it out behind the scenes. He coming in here in a minute, family. We ain't see our brother in a while. You know, our brother had to take care of some things, but he with us tonight. For sure, for sure.
Yes,
building. What's up, King?
Yeah,
how you doing? Welcome back.
Oh man, I'm feeling good. Took a little vacay, went on a quick little world tour, just enjoying life, handling business, putting things in perspective, networking, So it's good to be back with the family, you know what I'm saying? Peace to brother Ray, brother Kev, sister Farnessa, the whole family. We back at it though. You know how we do.
Definitely, brother. It's great to have you back on the other side of the globe, back with us here in the Brook, right where you belong. So as I said,
go ahead, brother. Cali hanging out with real gangsters.
I see.
It was a beautiful experience though. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast, the left coast, they showed. Yeah, they showed your brother a lot of love, man. A lot of love. We had a good time over there.
I see.
Then I had to.
We gotta expand. We gotta expand, my brother. We gotta expand.
Definitely. Shout out to my brother A. Rashid. He rolled out the red carpet for the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's family regardless. Because we was out there on some business, but we had to check in with the brothers.
Oh yeah, you can't come through the town. You can't come through the town and not check in.
That's right.
I don't know where they do that at.
For real, I just think it's a cultural thing. When you in people's town, you let them know, hey, I'm in your town. What up? And that was a beautiful thing. Shout out to the brother Chris Latt of African American College Alliance. Yeah, got up, chopped it up with that brother real quick. And the whole staff and everybody against the Chronicles. Of course, Doggy Down, we got to shout him out. We put all the pieces together,
Love it. And you back better than ever with Better Days Ahead Fitness. So again, family, I'm telling you, it's time to get ready. Uh-oh, I'm losing Brother Tad. We losing Brother Tad. I don't know. Shout out to Sister Joyce. Sister Joyce in the building. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Ah, you got the shout out, Sister Joyce. Shout out to Brother Monty. I know he in the background somewhere. But we're going to try to work out these technical difficulties in the background, family. But again, like I said, there is a lot to discuss that is happening in the news so far. We're gonna start out with these Asian hate protests that have taken place throughout the country. I don't know if you're aware, brother Tad, the AWA movement. You ever heard of the AWAs?
No, I haven't. I know
We
A&W
gonna
root.
learn tonight.
I know A&W root beer. That's about it. I don't know what that AWA about.
We gonna peel back the layers tonight. Asians with attitude. They done took while you was in the West Coast. I don't know, brother Ted. What the hell went on there, man? They done took the whole culture,
Yeah. Well, we understand.
adapted it, brother. You got to see what these people are doing out here. It's crazy.
I can imagine. I can imagine because I see that there's a campaign for Black people to support, the Asian movement, to stop Asian violence. But my question is, where were the Asians in the position of white on Black violence? And in fact, as we know to be factual, Asians are the perpetrators of violence against Black people, only second to the Europeans. So
Oh yeah.
contradiction in itself. We see what's going on in Africa. We see what's going on here in New York. We see what went on in California, even during the riots in '92. Over the beating of Rodney King, we see the position that the Asians took. Emptying out gun stores, buying weapons and ammunition to use against us. So they're not going to fool us with this kumbaya propaganda. And I hate.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but come on.
But and that's why we got to do a lot of research and study, my brother, because last week or the week before, I believe, I talked about this book, The Asian American Movement by William Way. And you guys could download that actually for free on scribe.com. You can download the book for free. But in this book, they talk about how they studied the Black Power movement and how they got, their bones by rolling with the Black Power movement. And that's why you have a Chinatown in just about every metropolis in this country. Because they fought hard for it and they followed, what we were doing. But, we're going to get into that. Brother Kev says straight out of Hong Kong. For real, my brother. Shout out to Sister Marie in the building, always in the check-in. We appreciate you, sis, for always tuning in. And don't let them people on social media get on your nerves. You got to know how to ignore people. They ain't real. So you got to know how to ignore people. But as we move on to this, before we move on to AWA, I want to give a quick shout out to my swap sisters. We did the damn thing this past weekend, the swap sneaker ball. Hopefully, Brother Tad, Brother Ashe, y'all come through next year with your tuxes and your flyers kicks. Off the chain. We had a ball. So those of you who don't know what a sneaker ball is, you could Google it or go on Instagram and see what it is. It's basically events, parties, or whatever where you wear formal wear with some sneakers, hopefully some kicks nobody's seen before. But again, shout out to the team swap, always on the check-in, always in the building. But yes, let's move on to this AWA now. Asians with an attitude. They have gear, apparel gear, and I'm going to show you all some of that gear. I want you all to be aware as you move throughout your newly-fied, gentrified neighborhoods, to recognize this clothing, this apparel when you see it and know what it means, and not just be blindsided as to what you're coming upon. This movement There is some gun training involved. We showed you here on this program many times before, where the Asian community have been gathering themselves up to train in firearms, keep firearms, not just in their homes and in their businesses, but also in their places of worship. We showed you that, guys, many times here on this program. And for those of you who missed it, you could go back and look at older episodes to see that information. But Asians with attitude. Let me see if I could share this screen here. Because we got to go up on Instagram for a minute. So give me just less than 20 seconds, family. I'll get it for you. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. Think that's in. Can y'all see that? Y'all in the yard? All right, good. Look at this. This is their Instagram page. One of them. This is for the apparel gear. But if you see here, they got AWA Unity Respect Rally that's taking place this weekend in Oakland, California. I'm glad Brother Tad is gone now. But you see the gear, you see the propaganda where they are taking up, our movement, our culture. Matter of fact, let me just open up these so you guys can see this better. Hopefully this will work out with me. Hold on. You all could see, here's another protest. Look at the style of dress. Look at the haircuts on the males, if you will. The females. Watch how they swag out to our culture and use our culture against us. You have.
What's up? What's up? I got the different color sweater. Finally came in. You know what I'm saying? So y'all want to see me wearing that royal blue all the time? A different conference call. Got my T-shirt right here with all the flags. You feel me? I just went at it.
Just using the vernacular. I mean, it's disheartening that you don't have anybody, and I'm talking about those of you in the streets in particular, to adapt your culture, and you have nothing to say about it. This is a problem we got here. Hold on.
Kind of unity.
You guys, I want you to be aware when you see this apparel in the streets. They talking about justice now. I mean, show me where there are mass killings of Asian Americans by police officers. Show me where you have mass killings of Asians throughout the country committed by white folks. Show me. Look at him. Look at the training. But again, family, you were told to turn your guns in. I mean, look at the culture. Look at the theft of the culture. This is what we allow. Everybody can come in. Where's NWA on this? There, where's NWA on this? They ain't got nothing to say about all this. They have nothing to say about all of this. This to me is crazy. No commentary from the hip hop community on it. You got all that smoke for each other in hip hop. Somebody say something crazy out of the way, y'all ready to gut each other like fish. But when these other folks come in, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's like mum's the word. Everybody is quiet. On one particular page, this is just one page, they got over 200,000 followers. What's really going on here, family? And they putting out all of this content about Asians being attacked, but where they ask for participation, for understanding, and for justice, none of these pages highlight when Asians beating the hell out of Black people. When Asians are setting Black people on fire. When Asians are starving out people on the continent of Africa. We don't see none of this on their pages, but you do see Black people in the mix. We have this disease of trying to be bulletproof shields for everybody else but ourselves. Here they got an article where it says a 76-year-old Asian man who was robbed and assaulted in Oakland, left brain dead, has died. Taante Bailey has been arrested in connection with this assault. Why is it that next to this, they don't have an article of the Asian beauty supply store owner in Detroit who beat the hell out of a Black woman? Beat her to the ground. And see, this is what I'm saying. We have become cannon fodder for everybody. And Dr. Claude Anderson warned us of this. He said, everybody gonna be after Black people. Everybody. But the sad part is, we ain't fighting none of these people. Not politically, not economically, not in the streets, nothing. Nothing. But every day, and I know you brothers see it all the time, you have Black men and women who will go at each other consistently, threatening each other. I remember when people were making disparaging remarks about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, very disrespectful remarks. However, I saw a lot of brothers and sisters who purport to be members of the nation threaten people. But you ain't got no smoke for these folks. This is disgusting. So you guys could check this out at your leisure when you get a chance, but be aware of the AWA movement and what it's about, and how they are attacking Black folks, left, right, and center. So I don't know if Brother Ashe seen it, but Brother Ashe, you seen the AWA movement all over IG and Twitter?
Well, you put me onto that. Honestly, I wasn't really up on it, but I want to know, because I just came in. Did you share the homepage of their Instagram? Did you share what that looks like? Because I got a screenshot of it right here. I don't know if you showed it already.
I did in the beginning, but go ahead, pull it up again for our people.
Yeah, let me show it one more time just so we could break this down right here, fam, because what they doing is very dangerous, man. Look at this. Check this out. Asians with attitudes. First of all, Keisha done broke that down. They still in NWA. It's AWA. But right here, they done took all of our Black sayings that we created.
Come on.
They got pro-Asian. So it's not pro-Black no more. It's pro-Asian now.
Asian and proud.
Asian and proud. Wasn't that Black and proud? Damn, then they took race first. How they took race first from us and Garvey. Now it's Asians first. Oh,
check it. Check it. While you getting your shrimp fried rice and your 4 chicken wings.
Wow. So we can't have nothing for ourselves because now they pro-Asian. We pro-Black, they pro-Asian. Well, listen, fam. I don't know. A lot of y'all, when y'all say pro-Black, I don't even know what y'all mean half the time anyway. So, because I see the goddamn signs, and y'all putting out signs that say pro-Black does not mean anti-white. If you ask me, pro-Black mean anything that's anti-Black. You can't be pro-Black and not be against something that's anti-Black. And these devils out here, Whether you're not talking about the individual or whatever, you might have a good friend, this good white person that exists out there. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. They benefit from this system that is in place. And if you ask your good white friend or your good Asian friend to turn over everything that they own that was gained through the enslavement of our people, the answer going to be no. And that friendship going to end right there. So all of y'all talking about pro-black doesn't mean anti-white. Listen, family, whatever is anti-black, that's what I'm anti. You know, so stop making excuses up. I know y'all want to be kumbaya, buddy with everybody, but listen, family. Yo, these people we just showed y'all, they literally stealing it. They said pro-Asian, they pro-Asian, they Asian and proud, not black and proud. Asians first, not race first, Asians first. So this is the craziness that we deal with. Now, what Keisha was saying just now about the celebrities not speaking up, they are speaking up. They actually are speaking up. In fact, one of the very popular celebrities that everybody knows, who's actually close to NWA, Snoop Dogg, he recently spoke up. The problem is he wasn't speaking up for us. He's speaking up for them.
Man.
Yo, it's sad, family. So Snoop Dogg recently, he came out, another perpetrator by the name of Sean King, who's running around here trying to perpetrate like he a black man. Come on. When they already pulled his card a long time ago. He even said himself, his father, he don't know who his father. He said he don't think the person that signed his birth certificate is his real father. And his mother is white, and his mother allowed somebody to sign a birth certificate. You think his mother gonna allow somebody to sign a birth certificate that's not his real father? But anyway, he running around acting like he black. He put a post up. So Snoop Dogg recently commented on the post talking about, because the post was a video of somebody that was walking in the street and they kicked the Asian elderly woman. They kicked her in the chest, kicked her on the floor and all of that. So Snoop Dogg sees it and he's like, get that fool. I think it might have been a black person or at least a Dominican or something. He had a dark skin, the person that did it. But Snoop Dogg commented, he was like, get that fool, get that, somebody find that fool. But this is exactly what Keisha's talking about, because we always trying to poke our chests out and we want to put hands on people that look like us, and we want to speak up about people that look like us. But when it's time to go to war with the real enemy, the people that have been waging war against us all of these years, now all of us want to fall back, or we just want to get that paycheck, so you got to be silent. They're going to cancel you. Well, if you scared to get canceled, then you got to be silent. Then keep your ass silent on every damn issue. You know what I'm saying? Because you trying to poke your chest out, it's doing nothing but showing that you a sellout. Because you only poking your chest out when it's convenient for you. But that's not what real revolutionaries do. Real revolutionaries put themselves on the line. They make sacrifices. You know, so if you a celebrity and you ain't willing to make no goddamn sacrifice, or maybe you one of these new age celebrities like my son and Tamika Mallory that want to talk about, revolutionaries got to pay bills too. I'm scratching my head real hard on that one. Because I thought the real revolutionaries like Huey P. Newton and all of them, I thought they was doing for self. I thought they was providing for themselves and the community. Giving the whole community free breakfast programs and all of that. They wasn't broke. You got to have money to give free breakfast out in the community. You know what I'm saying? But these people seem to think that they could be revolutionaries and then still do Cadillac commercials and things of that nature. Well, mind you, Cadillac is one of the goddamn big ass companies that I wouldn't be surprised if they invest money into the prison industry. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever owns them. Follow the paper trail. Follow it. All of these big companies are owned by some higher umbrella company. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing, when you have these fake activists that come out and get the spotlight. We got my son, Tamika Mallory, Sean King, we could go on for days and days calling out these names when nobody is really holding it down, making a sacrifice that's really needed. That's why our sister Samaria Rice was going in on
Here's
it.
the thing. Here's the thing, brother Ashe, because in respects to what's going on with Samira Rice, and her commentary about Tamika Mallory, Benjamin Crump, and others, and Black Lives Matter. And she talked about them too in a vlog I watched last night. But here's the thing. Nobody's saying that you can't get no bread. You got to feed yourself and you got to take care of your family, because I'm no poor righteous teacher. I'm going to tell you that right now. However, I do not make my bread off the blood and death of our people. There is a difference. I can see if she had her own steeds before all of this came on. That's something different. You understand? She made her bones through the National Action Network, tapped on the shoulder by Al Sharpton. Now, Al Sharpton became a millionaire without having a job. Now, somebody explain that to me. How do you become a millionaire without having a job or a business or hitting the lotto? Mm-hmm. And he hadn't neither. And so that vein that comes out of that, she's been trained out of that vein. And it's just disheartening that we can't see the forest for the trees and understand how we putting our foots in our mouth when we do certain things like that. You understand what I'm saying? But to go back about Shaun King, he is white. His daddy's white. His mama's white. See, that's why you got to follow their Twitter feeds when he put his family pictures up there. And here it go right here, family. So don't let Shaun King and nobody else tell you they biracial and a whole kind of mess. Here's the daddy. Here's Shaun King on his mama's lap. Stop playing games out here.
Wow.
We accept any and everything amongst us. This is from his Twitter feed, not mine. But after people started dragging it and pulling it down, he want to remove it. But Sister Keisha take a snapshot right when I see it.
He looked just like that dude too. He looked just like him.
Word.
Come on. Talcum like X, right? Sister Farnessa, Talcum X. For real out here. So don't let these poverty pimps come amongst you. And they do it because these families are vulnerable, number one. Number two, a lot of these families don't know what's in their right. A lot of these families, unfortunately, don't understand the law and how it works, in particular where they live. And so they get, all of this, if you will, from any and everybody who comes in who wants to help them. Because if you're hurting, you're vulnerable, and you don't know which way to go, you're going to accept hurt. And so sometimes, well, all the time, these people come in and co-opt justice. There's never a prosecution. And if there is, it's short. It's always done with. How can you have a civil settlement before you have a legal prosecution? It's ridiculous, because it's the legal prosecution and the outcome of that can determine what your civil result will be. And these people come in, Al Sharpton, he works for the Wall Street Initiative, a Madison Avenue Initiative, rather, which is the marketing chamber, if you will, of business in this country. You have Jesse Jackson with the Wall Street Initiative, and we all know what Wall Street is. These persons are put in place to keep the people subdued, to keep them calm. And they even tell the family, and Samira Rice said that on a vlog show last night. She said that Benjamin Crump came and told her and the family, you can't be angry because they ain't gonna pay no angry black woman. It's stuff like this. It's just disrespectful. It's just disrespectful, how it's done. And which leads me to this Derek Chauvin case in the murder of George Floyd. But we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come right back with that, family. So don't go nowhere. Hold on to your horses. Hold on. We got something lined up for y'all real quick and nice. Hold on. There you go. Sister Keisha got 100 jobs. Let me see. Hold on, family. Here we go. We're going to rock out with United Front tonight. Shout out to Bamani Mayasa, Doc Mokti, D. Green, University Ave. All right, give me a second, family. I apologize for that. I apologize. I thought I had it rocking. Let me see. But they trying to mess with us. They've been messing with us. They stopped us last week when Ashe played the cut.
Yes. Yeah, if y'all know any musicians, any artists, share the link with us. We definitely will give them some airtime and let them play some of their music up here. We love African-centered artists that ain't pushing no nonsense, man. So if you know some artists, let us know. We'll play their music right up here on Thorough Black Talk.
Concerning the ability of the white man to solve our problem, and also when we express doubt concerning his integrity, concerning his sincerity. Because you will have to confess that the problem has been around here for a long time, and whites have been saying the same thing about it for the past 100 years, and it's no nearer a solution today than it was 100 years ago.
Yeah, I know what you do. The truth must be told. My people must know what you do. I'm not no preacher, no teacher, no religion. I just gotta tell you something that I know. A lot of spirit. Mayasa. Black power people. I want answers about what COINTELPRO did to the Panthers and why black people high risk to catch AIDS and various cancers. They still trying to get us out of Chicago. And what about the weapons of mass black destruction called biological warfare? Bring to surface the truth of the Willie Lynch purpose. And by the looks of the black family, it seemed the plan is worked perfect. They scientifically broke down the black psyche, planted the seed of self-hate to fear today's fruit of destruction. What about all the Jews who didn't show the work the day the towers blew up? No plane wreckage at the Pentagon was a major screw up. Conspiracy theory or just a conspiracy? Yeah, they told you a plan at the Pentagon, but they didn't show you one. Pledge allegiance, don't make me throw up. They pulled the finagle in New York the same way they pulled the finagle in Oklahoma. I pledge allegiance to the black man that is continuously bit by the fangs of the United States of America. Martin, Malcolm, Bob, lead a charge. You arranged the killing of the guards in order to keep us where we are. They sought and seek the destruction of anything great for color all throughout man's history. The best the blacks had to offer, you would kill them with no problem. Because I noticed I never followed a word in Perma Al Sharpton. The straight-haired conch-wearing Negro called himself a black man, a black leader. Hell no. God didn't send the beast to keep my people without peace, but it's the beast who will not bow, instead stomp God's feet. Only those with the mentality of a devil would try to destroy the greatness of God's glory. Black to white, we changed the color of the creator and made him stranger. Jesus' birthplace, Ethiopia, not a Bethlehem manger. Who changes the face of their Lord in order to make himself seem superior in the eyes of man. Innocent black murder at the hands of white cops that are evil. Crazy shit is black cops couldn't kill innocent white people. Yo, I gotta give it, I live it, can't conceal it, my spirit. Gotta feel it, these lyrics, you gotta hear it. The demon thinks I fear him, his heart, I put a spear in my yassa. We ain't caring, time to take what he ain't sharing. We want it all back. You robbed us of our minds, and you continue to mass thievery of Africa. You say I'm part of the problem, using my music as my weaponry. Cracker, you read us the Constitution and forgot what you said to me. This is what happens when the people start to understand the oppressive, racist states of this wicked government. You left Africa chaotic, troops in Iraq psychotic. Gain wealth from Afghan narcotics, no, I'm not patriotic. You colonized Africa, rape her, till you own it, die in unnecessary warfare, and break bread with the so-called the truth out the booth, going deep in my roots. Now we all know what you do, and God is coming for you.
United front. I ain't even got to say no more. Think I had helicopters out the window, son. Yo, we out.
We are 6.5 billion years old. We cannot go out like this. We are not surrounded. Pan-Africanism allow us to surround them if we can bring it in full effect. No matter what they come with, clarity of ideas, clarity of goals and objectives, clarity of strategies, tactics, clarity of executing tasks will deliver unto us the freedom we need. But how do we get to the minds as Walt Disney and Sesame Street begin to keep our people in a fantasy world, as they watch reality TV that has nothing to do with reality, and as they begin to get sucked into Judge Judy and sucked into Jerry, they are being dumbed down. And until this process stops, even when they hear the truth, they can't react to it. In other words, we're in a state of total mass media assault, physical assault, biological chemical warfare assault in the terms of inoculation, in the terms of genetically altered food, in terms of all kinds of diseases being practiced on us. And as our army is locked down in privatized prisons, we are in bad shape. But we can still win this game in the fourth quarter if we pull all our energies and all our kaumba together, all our creativity. That's enough to free Mother Earth.
Had to play that because I thought it was appropriate for what we were discussing, and to have Nana Del Jones come in on the end of that United Front joint, just ties it all together. We was talking about the misappropriation of the culture and how they all coming at us on so many angles, and we're fighting on so many fronts. And it seems to me, or my analysis of things, is that no one has thrown us a life raft. Nobody. And we out here drowning. But we're going to move on, family. We got to move on. Time is running. But we're going to deal with some of the comments, and then we're going to move into this Derek Chauvin trial. Perm Daddy. Go ahead, brother.
Keisha, before we move on, I got to say, give a big Brooklyn shout out to my brother Tad in the building. Yo, that interview you did with King Simon, bro, son, I'm always impressed, man. It's a privilege to be amongst my big brother, man. Yo, if y'all didn't see that video, please do yourself a favor. Go check out King Simon Productions. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. Brother Tad recently was interviewed with him. I think that was Monday it was. He did a great interview with our brother King Simon. Shout out to King Simon Productions. And the brother Tad was breaking it down, man, talking about fitness, but so many other different things, and like just your level of just like knowledge on it, you know what I'm saying? Show you really devoted to it, bro. So I was really impressed, man. So family, we're gonna share that video on
I appreciate that, brother.
No doubt. We're going to share that video so y'all can go watch the replay on the Thorough Black Talk page, but you could go to King Simon Productions, subscribe to our brother King Simon's page. Man, that's definitely family, yo. The brother, he's been putting in a lot of work for a very long time as well, too. I think he just had Phil Valentine's wife on the show. I think it was yesterday. And, we definitely going to have King Simon back on the show pretty soon, too, man. But, just had to say that, bro.
Definitely follow my brother King Simon, and shout out to the whole New York crew. Sister Alicia, I sent her a message the other day to check up on her. Checked up on her. She all right. The squad is all right over there. Shout out to Sister Tony, brother Ariel.
Yes.
Sister Adjua, always on the deck. Gotta give our New York family some love. But and if you watch King Simon's intro to his show, I did that artwork. Stop playing. I did that video on artwork. He didn't tell you that, right?
I noticed he was looking clean. It was looking nice. I was like, okay, what's going on here? All right. Okay.
Yeah, I did that work. So family, again, too, that's another side hustle. Sister Keisha got a whole bunch of side hustles. I tell telling you, I don't play. I'm just so free.
You
What you
can't be
say,
having his looking better than ours, man. Damn.
Oh, but yes, when you watch that, I did the intro for the brother for sure. And if you have a social media page, a business, and you want an intro or commercial for your product, your business, hit up Sister Keisha. My prices are reasonable. Ask King Simon, but he got the New York love package. But my prices are reasonable, and I'll make it happen for real. But and I just ordered some more software so I can do some other things too. I'm telling you, I got 100 hustles, 100 jobs. I don't be playing. I get my bread from both sides. I don't be
I see.
playing, Tad. But yeah, so get into some of these comments. She said, Sister Farnessa, I'm gonna try, maybe Brother Ashe might have that cup for you. You gotta ask Brother Ashe, because I know I don't have it loaded right now, but he might have that cut for you. Perm Daddy and Mushmouth Prump coming and throw the case, talking about things in the media like they did with the Chauvin case. Of course, that's another thing, and to see how grimy Jesse Jackson is and where he came from and just everything about him, like Brother Ray said, shout out to Ray in the Brooklyn Mackey Study Group. Get that book, Shakedown. You will not be disappointed. Empress Filet on the check-in. She said, poverty pimp, culture vultures, and tragedy trolls in our community nationwide must both be exposed and expelled. You got that right. 100%. 100%. So, hey, it is what it is. It's our job to bring to the masses the information so that you can make proper decisions. I'm glad you like that, sis. Yeah, that's what they do, sis. That's what they do. Yes, Brother Del Jones representing Black Philly 100. Today is the birthday of our ancestor, Mother Clara Hale. And speaking of Clara Hale, Dr. Fillet, she was an original Philly native before moving to Harlem? I found that out because I had the pleasure, the honor to paint the annex to where she first started. So she was given a community center lot, if you will, to expand what she was doing. And I was there to help paint it and make it beautiful for the children, and they wasn't playing with me. They wanted to make sure I made it right. So everything was all love. But, we send our love and appreciation to Mother Clara Hale. And if you don't know who she is, you can do your research and Google. During the crack era, she took in a lot of children whose parents were drug addicted at that time. Those who lost their lives, those who were incarcerated from hustling the dope to using the dope or whatever. And she took in those children. And then later on, she began to take in children who were HIV positive. So again, thank you to Mother Clara Hale. So Dr. Filet, she's one of your own. She's a Philly native. Sister Marie says, welcome back, Brother Tad. Cancel the ambulance chasers. That's right.
Word.
That's right. We let a lot of things slide and we shouldn't. But we're going to move on to this Derek Chauvin trial. And I don't know if you all have been tuning in and watching it, but I've been watching it every day. You had open arguments, and then you had a slew of bystanders and witnesses to give testimony as to what they saw took place in the murder of George Floyd. Now, one of the things that outright disturbed me is that how is it that you bring on bystanders and witnesses to give an emotional testimony of their feeling of how they felt viewing the murder of George Floyd without having any expert testimony? Now, the coroner's report, and I'm going to see if I can pull this up here. The coroner's report, it said that he died of cardiac arrest due to asphyxiation. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me see. Let me read it while I show y'all, because I'm trying to do this from memory. And y'all know Sister Keisha kind of old up there. But I'm gonna try to pull it up. Hopefully y'all can be able to view this. I'm gonna see. Let me see if we can make this work. Try to copy and paste some stuff. That's another thing too. I gotta get some new software. Well, I did order some, but you know, it is what it is.
But you know, they have a paramedic.
They not gonna let me share it.
They have
But
a
here
paramedic
is
on trial on the stand.
yes. Now it started for me, brother Ashe, with the medical examiner's office report, and it said he died. Well, their findings in his death. See, it starts with that. This coroner's report is disheartening because it gives leeway to the police officers, four of them, to get away with this. Now, right at the top page, it says the cause of death is cardiopulmonary arrest, complicating law enforcement subdual, restraint, and neck compression. So, in this sentence or two sentences, it makes it look as if George Floyd had cardio problems that exacerbated once the officers were trying to subdue him, right? As far as I understand, there are only four causes of death. There is suicide, there is accidental, there is natural, and homicide. Now, as you read through this, they do indicate that he died a homicidal death. But this report makes it look as if he contributed to it. It says 46-year-old man who became unresponsive while being restrained by law enforcement officers. He received emergency medical care in the field and subsequently in the Hennepin Healthcare Emergency Department. Hennepin is the name of the county, but could not be resuscitated, right? They talk about finding various things in the toxicology report. You have fentanyl, you have, I don't even know what this is. Then you have methamphetamines, you have caffeine, you have codeine, and then they said that he also had hypertension. So basically what they were saying is while the police officers were trying to subdue him, he must have ingested some dope that day right before they grabbed him, which contributed to his death, which is a farce. How do I know it to be a farce? Is because one of the persons who testified is a mixed martial arts professional who happened to be on the scene when it took place. Now, he said, and I quote, that George was given a blood choke, if you will. And the prosecutor for the state asked him, can you give us a little insight as to what that is? And he said, well, you could cut off. He said, when I'm in a fight or in a competition of a fight, you can cut off the air supply and your opponent will tap out, or the referee will make you pull off of this opponent, because there is a possibility that you can suffocate this person with that grip. And he said that while Officer Derek Chauvin was on George, he said he told him that. He said, and Chauvin said, acknowledged it, that it is a blood choke. And he had no intentions of moving. Now, this is what the witness said. You had witnesses who were so emotional on the stand. You had I think a 10-year-old or a 9-year-old that they put on the stand. All of this emotional testimony, because neither you, I, or the viewing public can see who these jurors are, right? So their emotion and my emotion, based on who they are not one and the same. So that has no bearing in a courtroom. In fact, most attorneys will try to keep an emotional witness off the stand because you can sway a jury. Now, it got so bad to the point where I'm waiting to see if the defense attorney would jump up and object, and he didn't say nothing. Now, let me show you where I think the judge is a part of the foolery here. Because right away, the judge steps in and judge says, he objects to this, and you shouldn't be saying that, and let's take a break. He's doing all of the work, part of the work for the defense and none for the prosecution. Now, when you have a homicidal death and the coroners have determined that that is the cause of death, it is within the best interest of an attorney or a prosecutor to then bring on expert testimony, because we already got a means of death. It is for the experts to lay it out why that death occurred, not worrying about the public's emotion. And what they're doing is they are giving these officers an out, if you will. And I'm watching this thing every day. Without killing somebody, I watch this thing every day. And it's really disturbing. And I'm going to play some video for y'all in a few. But what are you guys' thoughts on this Derek Chauvin trial in the murder of George Floyd?
I haven't watched it. I can't bring myself to watch it yet. Because for me, it's all just a rerun of what we always see or what goes on consistently. It's a repeat of Trayvon Martin, a repeat of Mike Brown case. Is like, it's just repeats. So I really got to get mentally prepared to sit back and watch it. I just came off vacation. My mind was in, a different space, because it is emotionally charging, particularly when we understand how these things constantly play themselves out in the court, in kangaroo courts, and we know courts to be the battlefield here in this country. So I'll hold my opinion till I got some facts. Brother Ashe?
Keisha sharing something, right? What you
Yeah,
sharing?
this is the medical report, because I was able to get it, had to take it off PDF and then go back to the website again to share this medical report. But as you guys can see, I'm not pulling no punches and playing no games. I got it straight from the medical reports. And it says cardiopulmonary arrest, complicating law enforcement subdue, restraint, and neck compression. Not homicide. As you go further on, they talk about, all of these diseases that he had within his body: heart disease, hypertension, whatever this means. I don't know. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just reading it all. No facial, oral, whatever. I don't know what that means. And then he says, the medical examiner says there was no bruising or there was no scalp, soft tissue, skull, or brain injuries. Right? So because he was suffocated, asphyxiation, you cut off the windpipe. It wasn't no need for them to beat him. We didn't see that in the video. Everybody saw the video. We ain't see all of that. You saw the knee on the neck. But as you go through this medical report, they start talking about the blood drug level of George Floyd, right? Fentanyl, norfentanyl, whatever that is. I don't know what this 4-AMPP stuff is. Methamphetamines, hydroxy delta, whatever that is. Cotinine, caffeine, Hey, they could beat me up and say I got caffeine in my system. I drink coffee all the time. So I mean, this is, but and you guys could get this online. This is nothing hidden. Just Google the medical report. Here it is, signed by the medical examiner Andrew M. Baker, Dr. Andrew M. Baker, on 4/3/20. But you know, this trial is deeply disturbing. It's deeply disturbing on many levels. One, there are shenanigans in the courtroom. Two, we have become sensitized to this kind of stuff. We ain't got no damn smoke for nobody. Nobody but ourselves. We will G up on each other in a minute. But we ain't got no smoke for nobody else. Oh, Sister Farnessa said hydroxy delta is THC in marijuana. Okay, thanks for letting me know what that is, because I ain't even checked what that is. You know, but there is no outcry. I'm talking about from the legal profession. Black lawyers it should be an outcry. This is a farce. This is a kangaroo court. This is a joke. And you had this older man who said that, you know, he was visible when George died and tried to get George to comply. And George was complying. He was complying. This older gentleman told George that he can't win, to just let them take him. Now, that in itself is disheartening. To hear this man tell another man who's having his life snubbed from him, say that you cannot win. Black man, what is your position in this world? Don't tell me about your damn businesses. Don't tell me about what you doing, this, that, and the third. What is your position in this world? When I saw that testimony, that was a slap in the face to every black man. And that's one of the reasons why they put this older man on the stand. He could not contain himself. And he said that he felt the same as George Floyd was, because he's been in that position before. And when he heard George cry out for his mother, he thought about his own mother. And to the world, black family, and then we started with this Asian mess for a reason. We are suckers to the world. Don't tell me about your damn street bravado when you ain't got no smoke for these people. None. They can be arrested and go to prison. The officer who went to prison for murdering Mr. Scott in, I believe, South Carolina or North Carolina, forgive me for not remembering. Why he's still alive in prison? You got black men in there doing life, but this bastard is still alive. Somebody tell me, where the hell is Kyle Rittenhouse? Where is George Zimmerman? Everybody gets a pass. And this is why they are up in the ante on us. Everybody is. The Latinos, the Hispanics, or whatever they want to call themselves, the Asians, white women, humpbacks, midgets, and everybody else. And that's why I call bluff on everybody. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm dead ass. I'm not playing. Excuse my language, but I'm angry and I'm frustrated of the cowardice that we have. And you telling people, I see y'all on social media, you gotta vote. We gotta get Trump out of office. I like my races with an open hand, not one closed behind his back. Y'all, I saw y'all all over social media. Now that you made your vote, and this is the result of your vote, you vote for these prosecutors. You vote for these what do you call attorney generals. This on your hands. Whoever voted that prosecuting office in, whoever voted the governor for that state, whoever voted for the mayor of that municipality, that blood is on you. On you. And I dare anybody to call up here and challenge me on that so I can break down the law and show you how it's on you. But I'm going to show you something real quick, and then we're going to get our people's commentary and see what my brothers is talking about, because they got to calm me down because I'm heated right now. Hold on a second, family. Let me pull this up for you.
I'm not trying to win. I'll get on the ground, anything. I'll get in the car. Man. He know it. He know it to Mr. Officer. Y'all hear me? Don't do me like that, man. In the car. Okay, can I talk to you, please? If you get in this car, we can talk. I am claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic, man. You're working with me. God, I'm claustrophobic, man. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the front. Please. No, you're not getting in the car. I'm claustrophobic, so I was in the car. Okay, man, okay. I'm not a bad guy, man. Get in the car. I'm not a bad guy. Man. Please, officer. Please. Shit. Please. Take a seat. Please, man. Please. No, I'll get you. Take a seat. I can't choke. I can't breathe, officer. Please. Please. Fine. My wrist, man. My wrist, please. I can't. And I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground, yo. I'm on the ground.
Now, if you can see in the back, you see the older gentleman standing there. He just moved to the side of the vehicle.
Get in the I can't breathe. Take a seat. Please, man. Does he want to jail? He's under arrest right now for forgery. Can we figure out what's going on? Forgery for what? Take him out. For what? Look at you. Thank you. Thank you. Get him down the ground. Yeah, on the ground. On the ground. Right. You got your restraint. Hobble. Okay. I'll grab that. Get him. Jesus. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Stop moving.
Now you see the older man standing there in the back, and he's watching what is happening. Because right after this, in about 15 seconds, you're going to see this older man give his testimony.
All right. Oh my God. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this, man.
Can we stop it right here, please?
Mama, look.
Mr. McMahon, you need a minute.
Oh my God.
I'll just give you a moment, Mr. McMahon. I'm not sure if there's water as well. If you need a break to get some water, let me know. We can take a break. May I approach, Your Honor?
You
And this is courtesy of Court TV, y'all. So they don't try to pull it.
Thank you.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that this is difficult. Can you just explain sort of what you're feeling in this moment?
I feel helpless. I don't have a mama either, but I understand him. My mom died June 25th.
Hang on just 1 second. Mr.
Let's take a 10-minute break.
It's hard to watch, man. Hard to watch.
Very difficult to watch. And that's just a clip of it because they had to stop multiple times. They didn't show the face of the 9-year-old witness, but to put that 9-year-old baby on a stand, I think she had the most composure of everyone who was called to the witness stand. Everybody just about tried to keep themselves together, except for the martial arts professional. And in that clip that was streamed all over the world is the position of the Black man in this country and the world. Helpless. Helpless. So don't tell me about a goddamn vote. I don't want to hear that mess. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that you can't protect your communities from these race soldiers out here. I don't want to hear that. I see a lot of my brothers and sisters who are able to garner programs to deal with issues in the street. But I've yet to see a program where you can hire and employ Black men and women to protect the community that you serve. Everybody has a protection racket but us. I'm really frustrated, but my brothers, your thoughts on that before I move on. Let me take a glass of water, something.
Yeah, let me touch base real quick because I ain't make my comments yet on it. But anyway, first of all, I feel what my brother Tad was saying, man, because honestly, I ain't tuned too much into this, what they do in the Circus Act, sharing stuff about this case on CNN and things of that nature. It is hard to watch those things, especially when, first of all, they're not even showing the majority of what's happening. They showing the highlights that they hand select. So if you catching CNN or you catching whatever news channel you watch, they only showing you highlights of the whole thing. So that's why we have to have people actually in these courtrooms or actually watching the whole thing like my sister Keisha is doing. Because if you're not, you just catching the highlights. So this is why on Thorough Black Talk, we up here giving our revolutionary African-centered commentary on this, so you can have a perspective from our eyes, from our eyesight, on how these things play out, especially from people like Keisha and a lot of our people that are in a room right now that actually have experience dealing with some of these devil politicians, you know what I'm saying, understand law, understand how it works and things of that nature. But what I want to talk about, right? I'm not even going to talk about that elder that was just on the stand. I'm going to let, Keisha or Ty, y'all can break that down. But what I want to talk about is, because I haven't watched the whole thing, but I did see the highlights, right? And, having that kind of mindset of knowing the propaganda that they push before our people, like Ty said, it's just a cycle. It's just like the Trayvon case and so on and so forth. So many cases, it's the same circus. They try to pull a wool over your eyes. So what I'm seeing in the highlights, right, and this is what the majority of our people are going to see, people that work 9 to 5s, people that don't have time to stay home and watch the trial every goddamn minute of it, or it's just emotionally draining on you. You don't want to watch it. These are conversations we shouldn't even have to have as Black people, especially in 2021, having conversations about the same goddamn devils, the same enemies out here murdering our people, and now it's just more prominent. more in the media, things of that nature. So I understand why some of our people tune out, but at the same time, these devils know that that's what we're going to do. They know we're not going to pay attention. They know we're not going to watch the trials and read through the documents. Keisha pulled up the medical examiner file right there. They know we ain't reading this stuff. So it's important. If you a soldier, you a warrior, let people play their position and you play yours. But what I want to say real quick about this, right? What I did pick up from the highlights was also something that infuriated me. It just makes me not even want to watch this stuff anymore. But one of the things is two things. The first thing I'm going to talk about is when they were interviewing a young brother. Brother had to be probably around my age. And it was a brother that was on the scene, and he was arguing with the police, telling them, get off of George's neck. He's about to die. He was arguing with them. You can see him in the video talking. The defense pulled this brother up on a stand and started asking him questions. But the questions they asking is the names that he was calling a police officer. How the hell is that relevant? I have no idea. It's not relevant to us. It's not relevant to the case of George Floyd's murder. The only relevance to it is the defense is trying to use that to say that, these people out here were very dangerous. They added to the hostility of the scene and all of this stuff, and they try to use that to play off of, these are the reason why the police were so hostile and things of that nature. So they understand, talking about how this brother called the police out of their name and things of that nature. You goddamn right. Because after the 100th time, when they sitting up there asking the police officers, yo, let him go. Yo, get your knee off his neck. You know what I'm saying? He said he can't breathe. He about to die. After the fifth time, sixth time you saying that, and the police ain't stopping, of course the next time you're going to be like, yo, get the hell off of him. You ain't asking no more. You tell him, yo, get off of him. Right now, get off. Then the time after that, you cursing at him. So, of course, your energy level is going to get higher. The police are even trained in that. That's the reason why they use, when they speak very loud and blunt and try to, be aggressive and intimidate you with their speech because they know how to play off people's emotions. So they also know the emotions of other bystanders and other people on the scene and how that contributes to whatever they're trying to do. If they're trying to apprehend you, arrest you, whatever the case is. They are trained on these things. So they know damn well that this brother that was on the sideline had the right to be emotional and to call people out of their names. But from what I'm hearing, the defense's strategy backfired on them because it only proved that the young brother that was sitting there and was calling the police out of their name after they wouldn't take their knee off of George Floyd's neck, he was only emotional because he was literally watching a man being lynched. That's exactly what it was. And that's the only thing that proved, that by putting him on the stand, that's the only thing they proved, was that he was emotional and he was upset, started calling the police officers' names because he was watching a man being lynched, watching them being murdered. So that's the only thing. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it shows you the defense, even though they got all of this power and all of these things, they know that this is an uphill battle for them. They know that they got to pull some high-ass strings, because they do got strings, but they know that it's looking real bad. You know what I'm saying? So they straggling right now. They really struggling to do whatever they can. And that shows you right there by putting this young brother on the stand that had no ties to the crime or the initial reason why the police were even on the scene. But they pull him up as a bystander on the stand. How does that have anything to do with proving whether or not this police officer murdered him with intention? So the second thing about it that I wanted to bring up is another bystander. In fact, this not even a bystander. They put somebody on the stand that wasn't even at the goddamn scene of the crime when he was murdered. So how the hell does that even make sense? The defense they struggling right now. Trust me, fam. They struggling. They trying to do whatever they can to prove that George Floyd, something was wrong with him. He was crazy, whatever the case is. So what they did was they put somebody that wasn't even on the scene of the crime on the stand to testify. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about this devil. Let me not get too crazy. I know that was it. They said it was his girlfriend. But anyway,
go ahead, Ashe.
They put his girlfriend. They put George Floyd's girlfriend on the stand to testify. Somebody out there, please tell me what the hell this chick got anything to do with the case. She wasn't on the scene.
But see that she does, Ashe. Let me tell you.
I know what it is. I know
why?
It is.
Because to give credence to the medical examiner's report of their drug use.
Exactly.
Come on.
But not only that, even before that, they put her on the stand because she a white woman. So don't forget that now.
That's right.
Don't forget the color of her skin.
That's right.
They said, oh, hold on. It's an uprising. Hold up. Black people mad. Hold up. Can't get them too mad now. Gotta let them know some good ones out there. That's exactly what they did. So they put her ass on that stand. Although she was not even on the scene of the crime. Had nothing to do with it. Then they asking her questions. First of all, if you are with the prosecution, I don't even understand how you wouldn't fight to not get her on the stand, because she only gonna do more harm than good. Because she getting on the stand, she wasn't there, she didn't see what happened. The only reason she got on the stand was to help the defense, because they were trying to prove that they were goddamn drug addicts, fiends. So she gets on the stand, this white woman, and she gets up there and starts talking about how they was addicted to opioids. Who gives a goddamn? I don't care. I don't care if George Floyd was a strung out crack fiend. I really don't care. That still don't justify the fact that after he was handcuffed and no longer resisting, for how many? Numerous minutes after that, they kept their knee on his neck. After he stopped resisting. So even if you arrested a high dope fiend at the time that had a crack pipe in his mouth, he still didn't deserve to have a knee on his neck after he's handcuffed and no longer restrained. So putting this white girl on the stand, to me, was literally a subliminal shot and a way that they could, one, tie the revolution, whatever you want to call it, these fake activists out here, tie that together with this watered down, whitewash Black Lives Matter revolution, where you got everybody holding hands and singing Kumbaya. That was one part of it. And the second part is to help the defense look good by saying George Floyd was a damn fiend and he was crazy. And that was the reason why they had to be aggressive, and Chauvin had to go crazy just because George Floyd was acting up because he was on drugs, which is not even true. They said, Keisha showed you the medical records. Most of them things, what was it, Keisha? First of all, opioids. If you talk about opioids, what are opioids? Most opioids are actually painkillers anyway. And that's what the white chick said on the stand. She said, yeah, we was addicted to opioids, but it started because it was painkillers. Because they both was going through, they had problems with their body. So they started taking a lot of painkillers, and that's what you see that's in his system. You know what I'm saying? So, but they put her on the stand and make it seem like he's a goddamn crack fiend. You know, so this is the trickery. This is what these devils do. They struggling out here. But another thing about it is, not only are they trying to tie to this revolutionary movement or this Black Lives Matter, whatever you call it, movement, it ties right back to what Keisha was saying about the AWA. Because don't get it.
Come on, Ashe. Come on. That's right. Go ahead.
Don't get it twisted, family. Right now, the world is watching. The world is watching, family. They're watching to see exactly what's happening. They're watching to see how Black people gonna respond. Not only that, but they're watching to see how America, even bigger actually, because you know how the world, people that's not Black, you know how they think little of us already anyway. So really now, it's becoming an issue of how is America gonna handle this situation? That's what the world is looking at, because now, don't get it twisted, the climate of this year is a whole bunch of racial tension, regardless of whether it's legitimate or not. Racial tension is all in the news, over the media, the newspapers, everything. So the world is watching to see how America is going to handle it. So when they talk about racial tension, not only are they talking about Black people, but now they're talking about Asians. So now they want to see the response that America is going to have between black people with Derek Chauvin and between Asians, and they tying it together. What did Ashe tell you last week on the show? What did I tell you the week before that? You go in Barnes and Nobles, you look at the Black History section, ask Barnes and Nobles or any bookstore, where's the African American history section? Look at that bookshelf with the 3 black books that they got up there. Because they don't give a damn about us. They gonna have 3 black books on the bookshelf, right? And the bookshelf adjacent, matter of fact, the same goddamn bookshelf. The next section over is the LGBTQ revolutionary bookshelf section. And the next section over that is going to be the Asian revolutionary bookshelf section. We showed you earlier, they said Asians first, not race first, not pro-black, pro-Asian. So this is what they doing, family. They lit, and the problem with it too, most of y'all dumbasses out there gonna fall right in line. Y'all already did. Sharing the Stop Asian Hate, sharing it online. Y'all already gave them the pass. You want to talk about streets? The streets, Snoop Dogg. Y'all gave them the pass already to do this. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody check in. Ain't nobody tap in. You know? Yeah, matter of fact, y'all say y'all don't even got to tap in. Just go ahead and say you pro-Asian now. Now, that's going to be the new thing. Black people going to be sharing that. Oh, yeah, shout out to my pro-Asian friends. Oh, my God. This is the direction that we going in, family. You know what I'm saying? But those were the 2 things that I caught. You know, you got to keep your eye, like Keisha said, keep your head on a swivel, family. Because these things is going right past us, right before us. And most of us, to the untrained eye, it would look innocent. It looks nice. It looks like it's something that you could pick up and say and share on your social media and all of these things. But in the background, the puppet masters, they back there playing, and they know exactly what they're doing, family. So please keep your head on a swivel. That's how I feel about what's going on. Ty, you want to jump in or?
Nah, you killed it. Because that was 100.
And I'm with Brother Ray and Farnessa too. Don't negate these Arab store owners.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all give them a lot of passes too. I don't see how people eat anything out of them anyway, but I'm not in that predicament where I would have to get food supplies or anything from them. I'm grateful that I'm not, but I don't understand how that works anyway. We let these Arabs off with a slide, and according to my research, courtesy of Dr. Randy Short, this store owner was shady. He came on the show and told us that. This store owner was very shady, or is very shady, and knew George, that thing he's with, his woman, or whatever you want to call her.
Well, Sister Keisha, that's what I want to ask you too. During the trial, did they talk about the connection between Floyd and Chauvin? About the
not as yet, Brother Tad. That's another point. Here you have eyewitness testimony. That's why I said expert testimony should precede eyewitness testimony, because expert testimony gives you a foundation, right? You could have had someone who came in who talked about another bouncer, because that's what George and this dude was at the facility they worked at, who come in and give testimony that these 2 knew each other. They had issues with each other several times. None of this, not even mentioned in the open arguments at all.
That's right. And you know what else?
You know, when it started, I tuned in about 20 minutes after it began on Monday. So if they said it in that first 20 minutes, because I'm telling you, I watched it all. And one of the reasons why I do watch these trials, family, is because it's going to happen again.
Of course.
And I would pray that it doesn't happen to anyone that I know. But if it does, I can give them insight on what to look for and what is wrong. Sometimes we have to take this so that we can teach. Because a lot of people are oblivious of how things work in a courtroom. I'm sorry.
That's true.
People get nervous when they get called to come to court. They get nervous. I get a subpoena, oh Lord. They start panicking because it's an apparatus that is foreign to a lot of us, unless you came through it or study it. You know, I'm not talking about my brothers and sisters who spent many countless hours and years in the law library. I'm talking about the average Joe who don't have a clue. And that's how these so-called black saving organizations come in and co-opt the families, because the family don't know what to look for. Samira Rice said that last night. So somebody got to do the dirty work, but that's where I'm at on it. And I hope they do, Brother Ashe, talk about these two knowing each other. That's right, Brother Ray, selling drugs out of that store and everything.
Tisha, you know what, too, though? Hold on. Because I forgot to mention this. Another thing, and I'm glad Ty brought that up, too. You know, like, what are the things that they showing all of these highlights and all this stuff that's irrelevant? But are they talking about the things that are relevant behind the scenes? The stories that ties into the case before George even went to the damn corner store that night. So I was talking about the wife, right? Or the girlfriend, the white girlfriend that they put on the stand. But they put her on the stand, right? And she ain't had nothing to do with this joint. Why the hell, if they put her on the stand, somebody please tell me why they didn't put Chauvin's wife on the goddamn stand?
Come on, Ashe. That's my brother. Come on, Ashe.
Because she the one who left Chauvin. She divorced his ass and said that, oh, she's, which I think is a lie, but whatever. She says she's disappointed and she's upset about the whole killing of George Floyd, and she had to leave Chauvin, and she wants her family and her children to be safe and all of that. So she divorced Derek Chauvin. But why they ain't put her ass on the stand? You know, how come they put this one on the stand conveniently so that they could talk about the drug uses and the opioids, which is painkillers, but they ain't put Chauvin's wife on the goddamn stand? See, it shows you the violence, It shows you right there that it's not a fair playing field. Or either that, or the prosecution ain't thinking right, or they got the wrong goddamn prosecutor, or whatever the case is. Because that's what I would have said, and I'm not even a goddamn attorney. I would have said, put his wife on the goddamn stand. Because I bet you the backstory to that, to his wife giving testimony, you'll get a lot of details and a lot of insight on just who this Derek Chauvin man, devil, is. And they said that Chauvin knew George Floyd beforehand. I bet you his wife got some story behind the scenes about how they ran into it, because I heard they got into a fight beforehand. I know his wife, she got the whole scoop. She said, nope, you ain't getting me out there. You ain't putting me and my family on the news on behalf of your dumb ass who want to be a racist and murder black people out here. She said, before you get the chance to put me in court, I'm going to divorce your ass and I'm going to leave.
And you know what? See, if she had stayed married to him, it would have been more beneficial to him. So you're right. Where is his ex-wife? Because if you're married, I'm not obligated to testify against my husband. Nope, not at all. And vice versa. Wow. She would have been better off for him if she had stayed married. But as you said, now that they are divorced, because I did hear commentary from Court TV, you had a couple of attorneys and the judges who were giving commentary, and they were saying that the testimony we saw thus far will give you a sort of rounded picture of George Floyd and what was happening and who he was. But George Floyd ain't on trial. Derek Chauvin or whatever his name is. He's on trial. Don't worry about what George was doing. I don't want to see, like Ashe said, I don't want to see his girlfriend. I don't want to see that pale thing. I don't want to see her. I don't want to see none of these people who was out there watching. Like you said, let's worry about what Derek Chauvin was doing. How is it that he know George? What was their relationship like? These are the witnesses they should have been bringing in. And now that he is divorced, find that ex-wife, give her a subpoena. We got to deal with the character of this man. Yep. And as my sister Farnessa said, don't forget Shervin's wife, ex-wife was Asian too.
Wow.
And we ain't even get to the part where they're going to be dealing with Officer Tao, because all of these guys are going to be going separately.
Uh-huh.
Now, when Officer Tao was standing there, facing the crowd, if you will, with his back to Chauvin and the other two, where was the Asian love at that day?
That looked like Asian hate to me, honestly.
So
I ain't talking about Asian hate on Asians. I'm talking about look like he was hating.
You understand? So don't tell me it's not about race. Because in that moment, he put down his obligation to the state while a murder was being committed. Because officers could lock up other officers too.
That's right.
They didn't make a move at all. Tao stood right there waiting for somebody to step off that curb so he can put a hot one in him, because his hand was on his firearm the whole time. Meanwhile, the other three had George subdued, if you will. So yeah, where is his ex-wife at? Why they not calling these type of witnesses? And so, family, I hope and I pray that it doesn't happen to anyone that you know. But these are the things that you should be looking out for if it does. This is information that you can give your family. And to top it all off, there must be a special prosecutor. Because you cannot expect the entity of law enforcement to police itself, to punish itself, and to sentence itself. The district attorney's office and the police department work hand in hand. You can't have one without the other and get criminal convictions. You just can't. So why? Would I want a state representative to fight a case of a modern day lynching? That's why I said, where's the outcry from these black attorneys? That's the part that disturbs me. But, you know.
Yeah, but because you said it already. You said it in the beginning, Keisha. Crump said they ain't going to pay an angry black woman. He didn't say they ain't going to get justice for an angry black woman. He didn't say they going to make things right for the angry black woman. They going to free the black woman. They going to protect the black woman. He said, no, they ain't going to pay that angry black woman. So that shows you where their priority is right there. Benjamin Crump, all of these people, Sharpton, all they want to do is get your ass hushed up. That's why they call it hush money. And if you think they don't got a budget for hush money, they hush money tax deductible. They can hush your ass and get paid off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
That's right. That's right. As a matter of fact, a settlement has already been agreed upon. Wow. And that's what I'm saying. How is it that a settlement is already agreed upon? And now, I don't know if it's actually been paid out yet, but I do know it was agreed upon.
A settlement on which case? The Chauvin case? Not
yes.
This one. This one.
Yes. A settlement for the George Floyd's family and loved ones have already been initiated. I think it's 26 or 27 million. Yeah, Sister Farnessa put it in there, 27 million. I know I was right. I'm not sure if it's actually the check has been cut yet, but the deal has already been made.
That's less than LeBron
getting. This is criminal in itself, because how is it that the state can make a settlement like this based on what? Based on what? If I wanted to sue Tad, I can't just go and say I'm suing Tad because he owed me some bread. How do I know? How does the court know that Tad owed me some bread? I got to have some evidence or something.
Right.
that Tad owed me some bread.
And I thought the civil case was always predicated on the criminal case. It comes
should be
after the criminal case.
It should be, but in these state sanctioned murders, it's the other way around. And I find that to be criminal within itself.
Right.
So, listen, family, just keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and listen up. Pay attention.
Well, you said 25 million?
27.
27 million? LeBron made more than that a year. A single year. 1 year. They said last year, I think it was 2020, LeBron James made $37.5 million in a year. And that's just off NBA. That's not off of all of his side stuff. He got endorsements and all that. That's what the NBA paid him in last year. So you mean to tell me a black person that plays basketball, if you black and you play basketball, you more valuable than your life. A black person that dies is less valuable. Your life is less valuable than a black person alive that plays basketball. It makes money for these devils. 10 million more dollars. He got 10 million more dollars than that. And this is what y'all settling for? 25.
And we don't know what the attorney's cut is going to be.
Exactly.
We don't even know what that cut is going to be. And that's why you have
30%.
to have the outcome of a criminal trial so that you could determine. That's what, listen, I'm not an Esquire here, but I do read and I got common sense. It's more if I can prove that Brother Tad robbed me, busted my head and robbed me, then if I was to go into court a year later and say, well, he owed me some money. If I get that criminal conviction, I'm getting that bread. Because things come out in a criminal trial that will help a civil trial, even if you lose the criminal trial. Look at the case of O.J. Simpson and the murder of his ex-wife Nicole Brown. They lost the criminal prosecution, right? O.J. walked, but they were able to get more based on the information that they got out of the criminal trial out of him. But for us, because we don't understand this process and how it works, we get played out here, family. And you're right, brother Kev. Shout out to brother Kev, South Kakalaki in the building. A lot of people haven't learned from the OJ case. They haven't, and that's what I'm saying. It's happening so much, and as you said, brother Taz, so much coming at us. People, it's like one in out the other. Like I'm just gonna brush on past that, and this is what the system counts on. I remember having a civil case where I sued a former landlord tried to sue me, rather. I didn't have no attorney. I represent myself pro se, and I won. And by the time I was done, that landlord had to pay me. Because you just can't come out here all willy-nilly. You got to know what the hell you talking about. I was accused of doing something that I didn't do, but I had the proof. And it's only what you can prove in a courtroom. And because his own words made him lose his case. His own verbiage made him lose his case. I think that's when Blackberries first came out. And I recorded that sucker. I wasn't playing. So, family, let's just keep an open eye and keep our eyes on the prize and see what's going on here. And see, those of you who operate locally, please understand, I'm not telling you to vacate the voting process if that is what you do. But I am saying that you need to be more active if you're going to engage in such, because there has to be a community board that can help get monies allotted so that we can protect ourselves against these race soldiers. And we have a legal standing because the federal government said, not us, not Thorough Black Talk, not black people spitting out their behind, but the federal government said that these police departments are infested with racism and they offer us no protection. So we have that right. We don't have to start. I'm telling you, you don't have to start protecting the hood, and
It's
somebody
called
gonna
black
have to
ties.
start catching something.
It's called black ties.
Dr. Fillet said Corinne's Gaines family got 30 million, and they shot her live on video. Shot her son too while they was at it in her own apartment.
Yep. And
I mean,
they know they could give this hush money too, because the only thing that's gonna come out of it, if black people do have a little bit of sense of consciousness, is a scholarship program. The family of Korean Games, they probably put together a feed the community or a scholarship program to put you in college, which is, we understand how people think. It's like we want to better our community and things of that nature, but at the same time, the colleges we sending them to is the money going right back to their asses. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta come up with a better way, family. It's crazy, man, and this is why we really gotta put, like I said, black ties, man. We pay so and so amount every year to quote unquote Uncle Sam. You know what I'm saying? Then we pay so and so amount to the black church. 10% of your annual salary is supposed to go to the church. Well, how much better off will black people be if that 10%, we just put that into the black community some way, somehow? I still ain't got all the answers, but I'm just saying that 10%, we could change the whole goddamn way they treating us. You know what I'm saying? With just that little 10%. If everybody pulled together, and I ain't talking about investing in some of these armchair revolutionaries and things of that nature. I'm talking about coming up with a specific program, a system, and a lot of tools to help educate ourselves, to help free ourselves. And when I say education, I'm talking about African Center. I'm talking about schools that we control the goddamn curriculum, to help defense. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to having a actual black military, to go to farming, things of that nature, to go to creating.
We gotta have a security force. Mm-hmm. The Shamrock and Brooklyn got their own security force.
Yep.
You go to Crown Heights tonight and get off the 2 train or 3 train on Franklin Avenue and step outside the subway station. You'll see the Shamrock. You might see him in the subway station if it's after 12. You're gonna see him. Why can't we do the same thing? You got guardian angels running around here doing God knows whatever. We can have the same thing. A lot of people would love to do that. I remember when I was in elementary school, shout out to PS 67 alum, the first African free school in this country. Yes, I went there. During the crack era, we had to protect our own schools. It was the students who was the security for the building to keep dealers and dope fiends from getting high in the schoolyard. We did that. So I know you could do it. I did it as a kid. Stop the foolery.
Right. And you know what, too? I want to give a shout out to Malik Zulu Shabazz, you know what I'm saying? Because the new Black Panthers are out there, and they are in numerous different cities. You do have a bunch of different people out there that are trying to pull together and get organized. It is organizations out there, believe it or not, family. So it's just up to you to get out there and start joining some of these things, man. I know New Black Panthers, they got them in a lot of different cities, if not all. They got them in a lot of different cities, and they teaching people military tactics, you know what I'm saying? How to really, engage in certain kind of hostile situations and things of that nature. I know a couple of the New Black Panthers, and definitely want to say rising power to Hashim and Zinger, a fallen warrior who has transitioned. But it's a lot of movements out here, family. It's really, nowadays is really the time for us to get organized. We see all of these other people out here are getting organized. All of these people are pulling their funds together. Watch in the next few weeks, not even a year or not even the next month. Watch in the next few weeks how organized these Asians are going to get. They already organized. They already got their money. They already got Chinatown and Little Korea and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So right now, all they doing is putting the buzz and the momentum out there so they could start taking their money to these lawmakers and things of that nature. And once they get their hands on these senators, these politicians, they're going to have all the laws in favor of them. All of the Black Lives Matter laws that these Black Lives Matter people was fighting for is going to include the Asians. Because remember, the Asians are out there with these Black Lives Matter people out there in Manhattan and wherever city you at.
Now, you see, now these Asians, Brother Ashe, I'm glad you said that. Now that they flooded these cities, and I told you that a lot of these local municipalities are talking about reparations. Giving reparations. Who gonna receive that? Who gonna receive that if it is?
Sis, we're going to have to share that video next week because we need time to talk about that one. Because that one did, oh man. That video right there.
We'll bring that back next week. We're gonna bring that back because this all ties in together. And we're gonna break it all down. But we're getting ready to close out soon, family. But I want to alert you because we here on Thorough Black Talk, we've been talking about the rise of these aggressionist groups and that there are no lone gunmen that are coming out of them. These are test runs, and a pilot was ran on January 6th.
That's right.
And I can't stress this enough to you all, and please hear me carefully. Please focus on your health. Please focus on your strength, your ability to move and move quickly.
Better days ahead.
I include myself and my brothers as well, because there are tactical operations that are happening. And just last week, 7 shootings. One March 6th in Atlanta, Georgia, right? You have this one Wednesday, March 17th, Stockton, California. You had this one the next day in Gresham, Oregon. On Saturday, March 20th, Houston, Texas. Let's stay in Texas. The same damn day in Dallas. The same day in Philadelphia. 3 in one damn day. Monday, March 22nd in Boulder, Colorado. That's 7 in a week. Tell your children to be alert. Tell your family members to stay alert. Tell them to stay focused. Alert them to the information that we gave you tonight about the AWAs so they can recognize that apparel as they going to and fro their business. Let your children know what the image of that apparel looks like when they're going to school, coming from school. Sister posted on Instagram and Twitter the other day, a brother who does reupholstery work was sent a chair that is over a century years old. It was sent to him from a black wealthy family. I mean, excuse me, not black, a wealthy family, white wealthy family. And when he pulled the stuffing out of the chair to reupholster it, the seating and the backing of the chair, over a century years old, was of black slave hair. Our enslaved ancestors. Now, if you had enslaved ancestors that came out of South Carolina, Georgia region, that could be some of their hair in that chair.
That's right. My family.
Don't tell us about we don't deserve no damn reparations. You out your damn mind. But again, we're going to save that for next week because it's going to be heavy. And I'm going to show that video. I know my brother saw it. I know Brother Taz saw it. And also, Brother Taz sent me a video earlier this week, I think, or over the weekend. But white folks know exactly what the hell they doing. Brother Taz sent me a video of a comedian, I believe, who was giving commentary on the things that white women is just getting away with it, or for black suffering and black people. So we're gonna show that for y'all again next week. I think you sent it on IG, right, Brother Tag?
Yep.
I'll remember. I'll put that in my notes so I remember for next week. But this is what we dealing with, family. This is what we're dealing with. So please alert your family members to what is going on. Don't be so quick to align yourselves with someone else's movement who doesn't show the same um, alliance with you. Because again, I didn't see none of these Asian protesters out here when black women were getting beat left, right, and center. I didn't see none of them. And if there is, show me. Show me. I will concede and say I'm wrong, but I ain't seen
They was there. They was there. They was the ones doing the beating.
True indeed. True indeed. And you know, we cannot forget, family. Unfortunately, I know it hurts. I know it's disheartening to see, but we have to stay alert. Here's a clip. I think I played this last week, but it's less than 60 seconds. And then we're going to come back and close out. But here's a scene from a Stars Network show, American Gods. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it.
Yeah, I seen that show. I stopped watching it though because they show too much homosexuality up there. But
True. Speaking of that, that little Nas X stuff, we got to deal with that next week too, because we gonna tighten up next week with that little Nas X stuff. But you know, I want our family to just check this out real quick, brothers.
The world assumes white people are naturally good. So when something bad happens, it's a good person doing a bad thing. They assume black people are naturally bad. So when something good happens, it's only a matter of time before that animal's true nature rears its ugly head. How much longer can we afford to wait? You keep track of days, numbering the years for scribes that record human history. Do you see progress? I count 1, 2, 3 African gods in this room. And 2 of them want to exercise restraint? And let a donkey ride continue while you live your best life. War is upon us.
Yeah.
He said, I count 3 African gods in this room. And you want to concede? He said, are you crazy?
Uh-huh.
That's like my favorite character of the show when I was watching it.
And you see
that's the god I liked.
And you see his ass ain't on the show no more.
Out. Gone.
They took him off that show real quick. They said, hold on. What you doing? You getting a little too black power on this show. Took him right off. So yeah, family. Listen, just keep your head on a swivel. We gonna close out, right? Go ahead, Keisha or Tab, whatever.
We gonna get ready to close out, family. Again, family. That's right, Sister Marie. Brother Darren Muhammad, shout out to him. He's always famous. And so is our brother Kifaru, of Caledocious, who always tells us to stay out of crowded places.
Yeah.
Stay out of it. Yeah, I saw the petitions for Little Nas X, but we're gonna deal with that sucker next week.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to unpack, and we definitely gonna get into that. That's right, Sister Marie, the god Anansi. Anansi, the sky god. And I remember reading that story to my child and my grandchild and my nieces and nephews. I remember reading that story to them, you know. Nancy the Sky God, and that's the role that Mr. Orlando, forget his last name, plays in American Gods. Orlando Jones, thank you. But yes, my brothers, give your final thoughts, your final comments. Let's roll up out of here and send the people home.
Well, family, I just want to say it's good to be back. You know, hopefully you were inspired by what you heard and saw tonight. So now it's your turn to go out and inspire others. So y'all stay up, stay blessed, and stay true. And remember, no matter how hard things may seem right now, there's always better days ahead. Brother Ashe.
Yeah. Do us a favor right now. Hold us down, family. Share this video right now as we get off of this. Share it, DM it. Send it to a family member, a friend. You know what I'm saying? As we grow this platform right now, we growing it, we building it. But trust us, we're going to have the heavy hitters. The warrior scholars that we still have, the real solid Africans, We're going to have a lot of big name guests up here, you know, as well as some of the people that are going through these things, some of the people the news is talking about. You know, we have them come and call our show, you know, so please support our channel. You know, make sure you share this video right now. Make sure you go check our brother King Simon page. Our brother Tab was just up there on an interview on Monday. So we'll share that. Follow us on Thorough Black Talk on YouTube, Facebook, or social media platforms. Hold us down, fam. Let's grow this platform. But yeah, this is your brother Ashe SJ. Man, family, yo, just remember, true coverages know how to suffer. Let's make sure we know our priorities, sacrifice when we have to. Man, there's a lot going on out here, family. Just remember, the battlefield is where you stand. And always keep it thorough, family. It's Thorough Black Talk. Ashe SJ, Sister Keisha.
Thank you, beloveds, for coming in and joining with us every week as we meet here every Thursday, 8 to 10 p.m. right here on the Brooklyn Bridge, baby. This is where it goes down on the Brooklyn Bridge. We play no games, pull no punches, and talk our truth. Our truth. Not everybody else's truth, our truth. So again, family, thank you. Y'all continue to stay thorough, and we'll meet you back here next week on the Brooklyn Bridge. We out, y'all. Good night.